All right, here we are taking a look at area of parallelograms and trapezoids. So you can see we've got our perpendicular height here, which is 10, and our base, that's 5. First, let's go ahead and actually learn with an example. Let's see what they have to tell us here. So area of a parallelogram is the exact same formula as what it is for square and rectangles. So we see that it's just base times height. The example here, our height is 10, our base is 7, so we end up having to multiply 7 times 10 to get 70. Let's go back to our practice. If we give this one a shot, we see our base is 5, our height is 10, so 5 times 10 is 50, and there we have it. So if we jump up here, we are now looking at a trapezoid. So the formula for a trapezoid is different than what it is for your squares and rectangles and parallelograms. So the area formula is area equals base 1 plus base 2 times height, and this is all divided by 2. Okay, so in this case, we're trying to find our area, and our two bases, we have our shorter base up on top, which is 3, and our longer base on bottom, which is 5. So that's why there's base 1 plus base 2, base 1 and base 2, and then our height. Again, we want to use the perpendicular height, which is 7. So let's go ahead and plug this in. So we have area equals 3 plus our other base is 5, and then we're going to multiply that times our height of 7 and divide the whole thing by 2. So 3 plus 5 gives us 8 times 7 divided by 2. And we know that 8 times 7 gives us 56, and we'll divide that by 2, and our total should end up being 28. There we go. All right. So same thing. This one you can see as a parallelogram. How do I know? Remember, we have 2 pair of parallel sides. Okay, I'm just going to jump up again and see what else we can get. Now this one, like in some of our others, it wants us to work backwards to find the missing length. So we're going to try and find the side. So we're going to start with our area. And since this is a parallelogram, I know that my formula is just area equals base times height. I'm going to plug in my area, which is 100. Oops. 182 equals, I don't know my base, but I know my height is 14. So then we're just going to solve like another equation, divide both sides by 14. And then we will find that our base equals, so 182 divided by 14, and we end up with 13. Wonderful. So on this one, now we have the trapezoid that we need to find our missing length. So we're trying to find one of the bases. So let's make sure we have our formula. Area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height, all divided by 2. So in this case, we're going to plug in that our area is 32. And we're going to put in our first base. 2 plus our other base is A. So we can leave our variable times our height of 8. And that's divided by 2. All right, now to solve this, we can cross multiply and put this side over 1. So 32 times 2 is going to give us 64. So that's still going to equal 2 plus A times 8. And now we need to get rid of our parentheses, and we have to distribute our 8. So 2 times 8 gives us 16 plus 8A, which is going to equal 64. Now we subtract our 16 to get our 8A. Oops. That should actually be a 6. So we're subtracting 16. Use your calculator if you're not sure and find out what 64 minus 16 gives us, and that is 48. I'm going to move my writing over here. So 48 is going to equal, we're just left with 8A. And our last step will be to divide by 8. And our answer then should be 6. There we go. All right, if you guys have any further questions, make sure you let me know. Nice work. Keep it up.